Hey crafty friends, it's Andrea here from Andrea Kay Crafts, and today I wanted to share with you how to take a free image from Design Space and make it fabulous. So I want to work with the most basic image so that I can teach you guys how to use contour and how to duplicate your images so that you can make something very plain, turn it into very beautiful. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to Images. And I've been playing around with Christmas for a little while this month, so I'm going to grab the Christmas tree. The next thing I'm going to do is close out this side panel to give us some more room in Design Space while we're working. And then I'm going to pull this Christmas tree over. Now, the important thing about what I'm going to show you is you cannot change the size of the Christmas tree or whatever image you have on your screen once you start duplicating it. You cannot do it. So here's what we're going to do. Well, you could, but it's going to be a lot more work for you to resize it. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this as large as I want for you guys to see it. And now we're just going to come down here, or you can come up here and click duplicate. So I'm going to duplicate mine 4 times. And I'm just going to move my pieces out of the way so that we can work with one image right here. So the first image that I want to work with is the image that's going to be these little lines right here, because I don't want any of this other part of the tree. I only need one tree in order to build it and decorate it to make it look like there's multiple things on it versus just a tree with a bunch of holes in it. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to make sure we're clicked on it, and then we're going to come up here to contour. Once we click contour, we have the option to click all on the side here, or we can click individual images within the design. That is what I'm going to do because it's just sometimes easier for me to do it that way. I'm going to click out of everything, including the tree as the background, and I'm only going to leave those little swirly lines left, okay? And then I'm going to click apply. So now I have my lines, and I'm going to come up here and I'm going to change those to red. The next thing I'm going to do is grab another tree. I'm going to go to contour again, and this time I'm going to delete out the lines, and I'm going to delete out the tree. So I'm just going to click on the tree, and you can see all these little Christmas bulbs are left. Now I want to work with just the tiny Christmas bulbs right now. So I'm going to take out all of the larger Christmas bulbs that are on here and just leave these little ones. And I'm going to click apply. So now I can make these whatever color I like. So I'm going to come up here, and I think I'm going to pick yellow. The next thing I'm going to do is come over here, and I'm going to come back to contour, and I'm going to click off the tree. I'm going to click out all of the tiny bulbs and the lines that we've already used. And if you accidentally click on something and it changes back to green, you can just click on it again and you'll be fine. And I'm going to get rid of all of those. Now I want to decide with the bulbs that are left, which ones do I want to make one color and which ones do I want to make another. So I just think I'm going to choose this one, this one, this one, and this one to keep. And then I'm going to take out these 3 right here and click apply. Now I want to change these to, let's do blue. All right, so let me move all these pieces out of the way. And I'm going to grab one more piece, and I'm going to duplicate this one more time. Remember, we're not changing the size of anything. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this tree. And now remember, I did not change the color of these 3 bulbs right here. So I want to do that now. So I'm going to go into contour again. And I'm going to click out of everything that I've already done. And it will turn green when you are like hovering over it. And you can just click on it. All right, so now we have these 3 bulbs that we wanted to keep. Now we can click apply. And now we can change the color of these to, let's do purple. That's my favorite color. So I'm going to pull these purple ones out of the way. And now we have our tree. That's the last part left over, right? So all of our pieces are good. The next thing I want to do is, now that we're on our tree, I want to come up and turn it green. You could pick any green. You could go into advanced greens and choose like maybe a more festive Christmas green, whatever you prefer. And then we're going to start dragging all of our pieces and lining them up as best as possible. Don't worry about being perfect, because we're going to make sure it's perfect at the end. I'm going to show you how to do that. So I'm going to pull all of my red pieces in and try to line them up inside of the original knockout lines where it was completely open. And then I'm going to grab my blue ones and I'm going to set those into place. I'm going to grab my purple ones, set those into place, and then I'm going to grab my yellow ones. All right. So that looks pretty good, right? Let's zoom in on it and see just how close I got inside of those openings to see if how accurate it is. Oh, I can see some areas where I'm just a tiny bit off. Now, I could sit here all day and try to make these absolutely perfect, but we're not going to do that, because here's what we're going to do. Once you get them where they're like almost perfect and you're happy with it, watch what we're going to do. We're going to click on the tree. We're going to go to contour and we're going to say hide all contours and click apply. Then if it shows up like this, you're perfectly fine. All we have to do is right click, go to arrange, and then send to back. And there's all of our pieces. And now look, there's no empty backgrounds because we made it one full tree. So there's no holes or anything in it. You could just use the decorations on top to make it look like you perfectly fit them into all the little places. Now, the last thing that I want to do, just to add a little touch of gold to it, is I'm going to come into our shapes. I'm going to grab a star. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. And I'm not going to worry about trying to make it the perfect size. I'm just going to make it smaller. As long as it's covering the green star that's up there on top and that I get it pretty even with the top of the tree, I'm going to be happy with that. All right, so now that that's there, I'm going to click on it and I'm going to go up to color change and I'm going to make it gold. And I love how it looks. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure everything is a print then cut. Everybody does. You can do this in different ways. This is how I prefer to do it. I always feel like it works for me whenever I make everything a print and cut. You can choose to do yours however you like. All right, so I'm going to make all of my images a print and cut. I'm going to just select them and change them to a print and cut. And you can even click over here on the right if that's easier for you than trying to like select everything. And then you can also see which ones maybe that you haven't clicked on yet. So those are all now a print and cut. I'm going to make sure that my tree is a print and cut. Everything along my panel is lined up as a print and cut. Then I'm going to highlight everything. I'm going to click attach and I'm going to click flatten. This is how I do it. You can do it other ways. I've seen people just highlight everything, click flatten, and that does work sometimes, but sometimes other images will cut out the inside of it. So this is just how I do it. You can play with it however you want to do it. And if you want to cut out some things, you can try to do that. But this is how it works for me. So I'm just going to show you the way that I know. All right. So now that everything is flattened, we can go to make. Actually, let me go back. I want to show you now that you have everything flattened. Now you could change the size because you have all of your pieces on. Everything is attached and grouped together. And now you can click on it and you can make size adjustments. So say you wanted to make a bunch of stickers or you wanted to make like gift tags or anything like that. Now is when you could change the size and you won't have anything to worry about because everything is already in place. Everything is flattened down. Everything is attached. It's not going anywhere. That is kind of why I like to use attach whenever I'm doing a print and cut and make sure everything is labeled a print and cut. because if you go back to change anything and move it, and you forget to reflatten it or attach it, then it's not going to cut properly for you. So this is why I do it that way. And then you can change it to whatever size you like. So I'm just going to make mine kind of small. We're just going to cut out one image of this. I just wanted to show you how this works. So now we're going to click make. And I'm going to leave it tiny, but it looks cute. All right, so now we're going to click continue. We're going to click send to printer. It's going to show us our sensor marks that when they come out, when our paper comes out of the printer, we're going to want to make sure that that triangle is pointing up at the top left corner of our mat. So we'll click next. I always use my system dialog box when I'm printing, so I just toggle that on. My printer will pop up here. Now that my printer's popped up, I can click print. My system dialog box is going to come up. So then I'm just going to go into preferences and make sure that the best quality is selected because I want the best print possible for my images, right? So I'm going to click that. It has everything set perfectly. It says where it says print quality, we're going to click best, and I'm going to click OK and then print. So now the machine is my computer is sending to my printer the actual image to print out, and then we will put it on our printing mat and we will put it in our machine, and then our machine will cut it. Okay, so now we're done. We can verify that our print came out perfectly by taking a look at where our arrow is on our image, and we make sure that our sensor marks are clear and able to be read. So we can click done. And now it's going to ask us to choose our material. Because I just printed this out on regular paper just to show you guys the example, I'm going to click Browse All, and I'm going to look for just regular paper. So I'm going to choose copy paper, and I think we can use laser copy paper. Sure, let's do that. And click Done. Now I'm going to get my machine ready. It's flashing, and we're going to go ahead and cut our design. So here's our image. We're ready to put it on our mat. I'm using my Joy Extra, like I said, for today. I'm going to remove my cover. And remember where it showed that that sensor mark needs to go. So this little triangle right here needs to go in the top left of my mat. So I'm going to place that in place. And then I'm going to use my brayer. This did have a second to like dry because I pulled it out and gave it a minute. But now I'm just going to press it down with my brayer. And I'm going to put it into my machine to cut. So we're going to feed it under the two guides here. And with the Joy Extra, it automatically pulls it in. You don't have to do anything special to it. It'll pull it in. It'll make sure that your mat is aligned. And then on our screen, it's going to show us to do something different. Okay, so now it's telling us it has our copy papers chosen. We have our material and our tools loaded. So now all we have to do is click go, and then our machine will begin cutting. Right now it's reading our registration marks. Let me see if I can show you that there is a light in there that is shining. And that's what reads your registration marks. Let me see if I can tilt it a little bit. I don't know if this is going to mess up. So basically it's just reading all of those little lines. I do not recommend that you lift your machine while it's doing that, because that could mess up the cut. But I was very, very gentle to show you. Okay. So now it's going to begin cutting. Now remember, we had the bleed on whenever we sent this through. So we had our bleed on, and then we used our system dialog box. I think I forgot to tell you guys that. That toggle was already on. So there's going to be on the outside of the tree, there's going to be some green, and we want to see that because that is the bleed that added so that there was no white edges when we were done cutting it out. All right, now I need to go back onto my screen. All right, and here all we have to do is click unload. Okay. So let me move this out of the way. And again, as always, whenever I remove anything from my mat, I flip my mat over. I pull my mat away from my material. And because this is copy paper, I'm going to just use my weeding tool to give a little bit of help to get it off. Just like that. And look how perfect that came out. So now you took a basic tree that had all these holes in it and all these empty little areas, and we turned it into a colorful design. So again, you can do this with any image in Design Space. I wanted to share it with you guys with the free images so that you could just see how whenever you're working with designs, how you can create something out of the very basic that Cricut gives you. So plain tree into a beautifully decorated Christmas tree. And you can do that with any of the other designs. Let me show you some other designs that you can do this with. And then I'm going to bring you over to images again. And you can do it with the gingerbread man. You can do it with this hat, the stocking. You could choose this, but this is already done for you. You can make the present different colors. You could make the candy cane different colors. You could use either one of these candy canes and change the backgrounds, add an offset, build onto it just to make it super cute. We could do this would be it wouldn't be hard. It would just be a lot because of all the little pieces, but you could do it with this image. Any image that has that has openings and that doesn't have a background connected to it. So I always like to go for the free images. This little light, you can make any color you wanted. It would be so cute. This image you could change around a little bit. You can make these trees green. You could make the deer brown. You can make the Merry Christmas a different color. You could do the same with the Christmas tree and the truck. You have options. And like I said, I love like this one right here. You could make this a solid image as well. Just like we did with the tree. You fill in the images. First you duplicate it. You fill in the images. You could add a saying in here, whatever you like, and just use the same thing that we did here in order to get the same results. So I hope this was helpful. I hope this gave you some ideas. I hope that you see it and your creativity goes crazy. And then you can use all of these free images in Design Space to make really cute images. I love taking something plain, turning it into something fabulous. And that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day, and I can't wait to see what you create. Make sure you go over to my Facebook page. And if you're not a member, ask to join. I would love to have you over there sharing your projects. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye.